Sai Ram to all my dear children. I hope you all are learning and doing practice for your exam very well. So as you all know, your exams are coming nearby. So in your chapter How do organisms reproduce, we all have studied that how parents reproduce their offspring. When parents produce their offspring, at that time the appearances of parents, characteristics, similarities transfer to their offspring also. Characters means the visible characters, noticeable characters like color of hair, height, color of skin, eyes, nose, chin, all these are seen that they are similar to their parents. So today we all will study all about all these characters, that how do these characters transfer to the offspring from their parents in your chapter 9. So class 10th biology chapter 9 heredity part 1. Actually children, your chapter 9 is about heredity and evolution, but due to reduction of 30% by CBSE from CBSE this year, so this time you will not study about evaluation. This time according to your syllabus you all will study about heredity only. So what is heredity? Heredity are actually features, appearances and characteristics. Characteristics or characters are also known as traits. So we can say that the process by which the features of an organism are passed on from one generation to another generation is called heredity. The process is done by genes and which define the characteristic in the organism. So by the genes, all these functions of transferring characteristics and appearance from parents to their offspring is done by genes, and the genes define the characters in the organism. But children, actually the characters, the appearance or the features we can say which transfer from parents to their offspring are not exact a blue copy or a carbon copy of their parents. There are some dissimilarities also, and that is beneficial for the species. First, and this dissimilarities or some difference in the characters or traits among the individual of a species or in an organism is called variation. So what is actually a variation? So we all are studying about variation. The difference in the characters or traits among the individuals of a species is called variations. Okay, variations means like if a mother is having a dark complexion but child will having a fair complexion, so this is a dissimilarity. Dissimilarities can be in height, can be in visible features, can be in genetic features. We will take one example. In most of the people having free earlobe, but in some people they have attached earlobe. What does it mean? It means that, see in the picture, here you can see in the picture, these are free earlobe. Free earlobe means the lobes are little bit hanging towards the down, and in the another picture you can see some of the people, some of the population are having attached earlobe. Attached earlobe means they are attached to the cheeks, toward the cheeks. So these are two dissimilarities between the human population found. Now we all have studied about variation. Okay, why variation is important? What are the advantages of variation? See children, we know that reproduction results in variation that we have studied, okay, from one generation to the next generation. What happened? The variation produced in the organism during the successive generation gets accumulated over a long period of a time in an organism. These are advantages of variation. After several generation, means generation to generation, after several time, these variation comes up in the organism. Organism adapt these variation, these dissimilarities from their parents, okay, and organisms start showing up different characteristics, and hence lead to the appearance of new species, means they show new appearances. What is the advantage of showing the new appearances? The main advantage of showing the appearance is that it increases the chance of its survival in a changing environment, means time by time, years by years, temperature, atmosphere, environment is changing. The organism or the group of species also have to change to adapt these changing environment. If they will not change according, or they will not show positive variation, then what will happen? The organism which shows positive variation will survive. Those who do not show variation get extinct, will be disappear. So that is the benefit of sexual reproduction, because they show accumulation of variation, which is very important for the species for the survival, okay. Now you can see here in one picture that in this picture you can see some changes in the generation. From two generation, the offspring which are reproduced are actually not same. They all are showing changes in their appearances, in their features, and so here is an example of variation, positive variation shown by an organisms, okay. So these are the advantage of variation. Now, how do we get to know that traits shows variation, that offspring shows variations in their traits, in their characters? To prove this, a scientist, George Mendel, has done various experiments and gave his contribution to the experiment, which he has given a name, inheritance law. After a various experiments, he has given two type of main experiment, those who have shown the variety of characters, okay. Let us study about these. Mendel's contribution to the inheritance law. Mendel is known as the father of genetics. Mendel laws are a law of, means he has given three type of laws. What are those? Law of dominance, segregation, and law of independent assortment. These laws came into existence from experiment on pea plant. He has chosen a pea plant to show variety in the traits or variety of traits. So with this experiment, he has done two type of experiment. In first experiment, he has shown only a single character, means he has seen only a single character, that was height of the plant, which was considered and was known as monohybrid inheritance. Mono means one, monohybrid inheritance. In another experiment, the experiment was based on two characters, those were seed shapes and seed colors. Thus, it was called dihybrid inheritance. So But the question is why George Mendel has selected or chosen pea plant only. Let us see why he has chosen. Mendel experiments on pea plant. Why he has chosen that? Mendel, after carefully study, selected the pea plant for many reasons. Why? What were their reasons? The first reason is that pea plant were easy to grow and easy to maintain. It has many clearly distinct contrasting character. The variety of characteristics are there in the pea plant. The next is the pea plant is an annual plant and so many generations of the plant can be studied in the short period of a time. And the another advantage, the reason of selection is peas are naturally self-pollinating also and cross-pollinating also. Means peas are naturally self-pollinating but can also be cross-pollinated. So they can be cross-pollinated also. So this was the reason of choosing pea plant. Now, before starting or studying about experiments which George has done in the pea plant to show the variety in the traits or variety in the characteristic of an organism and variation, we should study some terms which will be used as a symbol, as a term in the experiments. The term for Mendel's experiment. First, let us study about chromosomes. What are chromosomes? Chromosomes. Chromosome is a thread-like structure in a nucleus of a cell formed of DNA. Okay, you all know, which carries the genes. Genes are actually unit of heredity, okay, which transfer characteristic or traits of an organism. So, when appearances, features from the parents passes to the characters, traits passes to the organism from the parents. So, genes are the actually unit of heredity. They only transfer characteristics or traits of an organism from parents to their offspring. Okay. And the next term which we will study about dominant genes. The genes are of two types. Okay. Genes are of two types. Number one is dominant genes and the second one is recessive genes. Dominant genes, the genes which decides the appearance of an organism even in the presence of an alternative genes. Okay, dominant genes means dominatingly only the appearance which is seen in the organism is a dominant genes. Okay, the dominant gene is always represented, means when you will do practical you have to show some symbols for the dominant genes and for the recessive genes. So when you will show for the dominant genes, the dominant gene is always represented by the capital letter. Where it is represented by in the capital letter? When we are showing an example for a pea plant. Okay, and how it is shown? The dominant gene is tallness is capital T, means when a character is dominant then we always show with the capital T. Now the next terms are recessive genes. What is recessive genes? Here is the recessive genes. The gene which can decide the appearance of an organism only in the presence of another identical, which is identical, dominating, means the appearance will be seen only in the presence of identical gene. That is a recessive gene. Recessive gene cannot decide the appearance. Okay, it can decide the appearance of an organism only in the presence of another identical genes. Okay, yes. And how it is represented? The recessive gene is represented by the small letter. In pea plant for recessive gene is small t. Okay. Now next is genotype. Genotype means genetically showing the appearances. Okay, means genotype means shows the genetic constitution of an organism, means genetically some characters, some appearances, features are not seen. Okay, they are internally present, which comes from their parents to their offspring. So these are known as genotype appearances or traits and shows the genetic constitution only of an organism. Genotype is the description of genes present in an organism. And as a name is coming, phenotype. Phenotype means visible in an organism. Okay, so the traits, the characteristics which is visible in an organism is called its phenotype characteristics. Okay, or a phenotype constitution. So this is the term we have studied. Some more terms we are going to study. Those are F1 generation and F2 generation. In very simple word, F means filial and 1 is first and 2 is second. Okay, so here to show the experiment, mother father are a parental generation, their children are filial 1 first generation, and the grandchildren means their children will be filial 2 or a second generation. So let's start what we are saying. When two parents cross or breed to produce progeny or offspring, then their progeny is called first filial generation or a F1 generation. Filial means crossing and getting progeny. Okay, and when the first generation progeny cross or breed among themselves to produce second generation progeny, then this progeny is called second filial generation or F2 generation. Okay, for example, in other simple word, mother father are parental generation. Okay, their children are F1 generation, these are F1 generation, and the grandchildren are F2 generation, these are F2 generation, and mother and father will be a parental generation. Okay, so these are the terms which you should know before knowing about experiments. Chromosomes, dominant genes, recessive genes, genotype, phenotype, F1 generation, F2 generation. Okay, so these are the terms. The most important question for this are, why did Mendel choose pea plant for his experiment? In this you have to tell reason of selecting pea plant for the Mendel for his experiment. Then define heredity and advantages of variation. You should know advantages of variations also. Okay, so now children, you in the next session, we will study about more experiments of George Mendel. So Sai Ram and study well.